Yeah, hi, good morning, guys. It is Saturday morning, and this morning I just wanted to do a short video on a question, another question that comes up from clients a lot recently about finance. And Mike, can we buy a US property using a mortgage or a bank or finance, etc., etc.? Well, unfortunately, the answer is no. I mean, as a company, we've been selling now for 11 years, 6,000 properties, and I'll probably say 95% of the properties that we've sold have been cash sales. So we've done a few with finance, especially with some domestic clients. Like, we've got some big investors out of Texas, Indiana, Miami that would use finance. But no, the majority of the properties that we sell, especially in the likes of Cleveland, Detroit, St. Louis, even when we were in upstate New York, Buffalo, Rochester, areas like that, all of the properties that we sell were on a cash basis. But I get the question. I get people wanting to use finance, wanting to use mortgages, as over time, a lot of people have built a lot of wealth by leveraging. And you've got that old cliche, use other people's money, don't use your own money. So I think there's a lot to be said about that, and I've done it myself. I've done it in the US and I've done it in the UK. Buy-to-let properties with sometimes interest-only mortgages or capital and interest mortgages. So I've done it myself. So I get the question, but unfortunately, 95% of the sellers that we work with as a company, they want to close quick, and especially when it's me that's really pushing them hard on the prices. So one of our biggest strengths, I feel, as a company is we sell properties under the market value. So normally when you see a property from Global Investments, the comparable sales in the area will be higher than what we're selling for. Now, the only reason that happens is because, number one, we've got a brand and we're kind of known to suppliers and to sellers in the US, so people come to us to sell their properties. But when I negotiate with the sellers, I negotiate hard and I tell them, listen, we have cash buyers, we can close quickly. So they don't really, the suppliers, especially in Cleveland and Detroit, which are our two biggest markets right now, they want to close quick and they want to close with cash. So the answer to the initial question, can I use finance to buy my US property, would be no. However, we have partnered up with a great lady called Christine, who works for a company called The Mortgage Shop. And what Christine can do, if as an investor it's something you wanted to look at, is she can help you leverage the money and release equity from a property that has been purchased with cash. So basically, you close the property cash, and once you've owned the property for, let's say, a month or 2 months, we can put you in touch with Christine, and Christine can release for foreign national up to 70%, I think, of the loan to value, so whatever the appraised value is. And actually, for domestic clients, you can do 80% of the appraised value. So what we've done for a lot of clients recently is put them in touch with Christine, and she releases the equity. And even with interest rates being very high at the minute, I think we're talking around about 8.4% in the US. But even with that, it's very attractive. So if you're taking home, I don't know, 14 or 15% net as a return after vacancy and maintenance, and you're paying the bank 8.2%, you're still left with 7%, and you're building wealth with the equity that, because the property markets go up, I think some people like the idea of it. Some people pay cash, some people like to leverage, like to release equity and so on. And effectively, once you've released the equity, you can roll these funds for example, take a house for $100,000, you release 70,000, you put that 70,000 into another property, and that's kind of how people can build wealth with property and build a portfolio of US properties. So that's basically what you can do with our cash products in Cleveland and also in Detroit. So we would, if you are interested, speak to myself or any of the staff, and they can put you in touch with Christine, and she can have a Zoom call with you and go over the finer details a little bit more, you know. However, we do have a lot of clients, and we've been looking for a product for a while now that I think we found in Canton, Ohio. And it's really a product for, number one, people who have, or investors that have, let's say $50,000 in cash, but they don't have enough to pay cash for the property in Cleveland or Detroit, but it's enough for a down payment. So our new product in Canton, which I think we're launching on Sunday, we've got the first property. Everything can be financed, like I said, for foreign nationals. Christine can do up to 70%, so you're looking at 30% down. The price is around about $100,000, so your cash in is around about, for a foreign national, around about $40,000, but you need to be able to show $50,000 in an account to qualify for the mortgage. For domestic clients, that's US residents, we can do up to 80%. And again, you need to show $50,000 in equity or in cash in a bank account, and you have to have a US entity. And that's the same for the foreign nationals as well. So for a foreign national, we would need to help you get an LLC set up in a bank account, which is pretty easy. It can be done in 24, 48 hours. But the return on your cash in is between 19 and 25%. I would say 19% for the foreign national, and 22 to 25% for a domestic US resident that's looking to do this. But so it's great for clients that they've built up a little bit of savings and they want to buy a house. They want the money to work better for them than what it's doing in the bank right now. But it's also good for clients who want to build portfolios. So it's good for investors who, let's say you've got £500,000 or $500,000 in cash, and you say, Mike, I don't want to buy 2 houses for $500,000, I want to buy 10. So it's also good for clients that want to just build a portfolio and say, Mike, okay, I got $500,000 here, divide that by $40,000, that's 11 or 12 properties. Get me 11 or 12 properties in Canton, and let's get this money working properly, and 19%, 20% returns, you know. So I think we've got the best of both worlds now. We've got great properties in Cleveland and Detroit in terms of cash buys, and for anybody looking for finance or for a mortgage, we've got our Canton product. But again, coming back to the cash products, we have Christine now at the mortgage shop that can help you leverage the money once you've bought the property cash. So I think that's great, you know. So if anybody's interested in speaking to Christine, let us know. Interested in our new product, the new Canton product, touch base with us, WhatsApp us, email us. I'll put the email above here and the website so you can get in touch. And we've got new markets coming in 2024 that we're quite excited. Potentially Akron is one market that we're looking at. Pittsburgh is another market. So big things ahead. We've got some good plans for 2024. So I hope that helps answer a question, because it does come up a lot about, you know, a lot of people want to finance. But again, remember, you do need to have, for the Canton product, you do need to have $50,000 in an account to qualify for the mortgage. But again, I hope that helps, and you guys have a great weekend.